Hello. This video is, I think we'll call it a mini review for test 2, just a few problems to make up for the fact that in class this first time. Back from spring break, we had to do a bunch of, administrative stuff. Okay, so this first one, what I've done in this little mini review is I've gone back to some of the older questions that we haven't done in a while. So this first one says, find the area of the figure, right? And this is one of these where we have parallel sides that are different lengths. Okay, the thing here is what you need to remember is the formula for the area. Is 1/2, I guess we'll call it base 1 and base 2, if you will. It's the parallel sides, and then you multiply it times the height. So in this case, that's 1/2 of 14 plus 26. Multiply it times the height. Right? Gets you 1/2 40 times 15, which is 300. All right. So I would think the lesson from this one is you remember you get your formula sheet, you're going to need to have some of these formulas handy. Right. There's a lot of different shapes in some of the geometry sections. You're going to need the formulas. All right. Let's look at this one. Find the volume of the figure. Round the answer to 2 decimal places if needed. This is going to be the same kind of thing. This is a cone. The formula for the volume of a cone is volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, now remember we've got this oddity in Connect Math. Nothing in here says anything about what to use for pi, right? So what that means is that we should use the pi on your calculator or in Excel, right? And then round at the end. Okay. As a side note, this one does not, it says 2 decimal places, so we won't round to 2 until the end. All right, so 1/3 times pi, which I'll take off my calculator. You notice it's 70 yards all the way across, so that means r will be half of that, right? So r is going to be 35 yards. And then the height they tell us is 24. Okay, so pi times 1 divided by 3 times 35 squared. Oh, 35 is squared, right? Times 24.
Because that is the one thing I'm really a little bit nervous about.
30,787 point, and now at this point I will round to 2 decimal places, 61. It's actually 608.608, but that rounds to 0.61. All right, so now this is those first two just reminders that you're going to have different all the various formulas for surface area and volume on your sheet. Okay, so this is a similar triangle question. Okay, and this is actually, I picked this one because this is the more difficult kind. Because you have to be a little careful here. Notice it doesn't say similar, but when we have a shape that's like this with one triangle inside another, with the lines parallel like this, that means they're similar. All right, so they want to know the length of x. Okay, so we have one triangle here that's 6/10, right? The little one is 6/10. And then the similar side on the bigger one is this full long side here. Well, that's 6 plus x, and then the 12 is in the same spot as the 10. So this is the catch to this when you need to do 6 plus x, right, over the 12. Okay, so the vertical side of the smaller triangle over the horizontal side, 6/10. Vertical side of the bigger triangle, 6 plus x over the horizontal side, 12. Now we just cross multiply as usual to solve. 72 equals 10 times 6 plus x. All right. Distribute the 10. 60 plus 10x. All right. Subtract the 10 from 60 from both sides. And right, divide both sides by 10. There's our answer. X is going to be 1.2. This is in yards. All the measurements are in yards, so all the units match. All right. Here's another one. Identify the polygon and find the sum of the measures. So this thing has, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So it is an octagon, right? 8 is octagon. And then we have a formula for the measure of the angles. So the measure of all the angles, right? Add them up, I guess is what you say. Okay. What you do is it's the number of angles times 180 degrees. Oh, I'm sorry, it's number of angles minus 2 times 180 degrees. All right. So in this case, there's 8 sides, so there's 8 angles. So what we have is 8 minus 2 times 180 degrees. So 6 times 180, and that does equal 1080. All right. There's my our mini review for this. I hope you found that helpful.